What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another review, and it's this week's episode 3 of Loki. And I'll be very honest, I think this is the weakest out of all three. Now, it has some good stuff in it, but I do think this episode where I felt that this is being stretched out. There are some things that are done just for the sake of, getting done and not really feeling the moment. Now, first of all, I do want to say that it's all not all negative. Loki, played by Tom, he's really good. I think in this episode, he was feeling more like the Loki that we know, with the wit, with the dialogue, with the way he acts and all. The more of that, and I loved it. I think the first two episodes, it was kind of showing him just kind of getting used to the environment around him. Now, because he's on his own, or with the variant Loki, it's all coming back to him, his ways, his magician ways, his tricky ways. So I was actually really intrigued by that. I loved seeing that. The one disappointment, I think it'll probably be just me, but the way they handled variant Loki's character. Now, obviously, in the last episode, we came to know it's a female. Now, they obviously cement in this one that, the gender, they can change through timelines, and they're basically bisexual, and nothing wrong with that. The issue with the character was that in the first episode, they literally showed her how evil or how fierce this character is. Right? We don't know if she's just fierce or evil yet. We don't know the true intentions, but this episode, it just felt like the way Loki handled her and the way they went together. It's like she's just another variant Loki, but it's not something like, whoa, she's a danger. I don't know if it was like the dialogue that was given to her, or it was like the way she fights her all, but there was something about the character. It just did not come as like, whoa, she's destroying all these timelines and everything. Whoa, it did not give me that feeling. Although, though, from her, though, there is some really important details that we came to know in this episode, and I'm now, like, intrigued about, like, how they actually handle that in the future. Is it was said to Loki by Mobius that all the people working at TVA are from the start of when TVA was created. She basically mentions, just like that, and Loki gets surprised, is that all the people there are actually variant. They're not been there for, since the start. Like, whatever they're thinking, the thoughts, they've kind of been, like, implanted in their brains just to think that they've been there for long, but they're actually variants, that they grabbed from different timelines. So Loki was surprised. So was I, because that's a huge thing. And now it kind of makes you think, like, okay, is Mobius the bad guy, or he actually also does not know? So the whole thing behind that, the judge, if she knows, if she's behind this and she knows everything and she tries to hide it as the best as can, and what really are the timekeepers? Are they bad or good? This little information, it actually changes that whole perspective of how you look at TVA, and you really start thinking, is this place really that dangerous? Is, like, the timeline, is it really their job to handle the timeline? Or they're just doing it for the sake of, like, their own good, and this is all made up. So those questions, I wish and I hope they get answered in the future episodes. The action was a bit better. There's actually one really beautiful one shot, or kind of made up to seem like a one shot towards the end. It's like, I think around like 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, something like that. And it's this one shot action scene, and all just beautiful choreography. They're going through things, they're going through people, going through guards, and it's done good. The fight scenes are better. Now it actually felt like that, okay, you can see what's happening and you can see the action. The only problem was, it felt like everybody knew what to do, kind of thing. It didn't feel natural choreography. It didn't feel like it it hurt. You know, when you punch someone or when you kick someone, there's also those moments where like the actor is like punching someone and the other guy is like standing in the back waiting the actor for to turn so he can go in and get punched. There's literally one specific moment toward the end in that one shot, but also throughout, like there are two fight scenes. One in the train where they're boarding to get to the Ark, and then there's an issue there I'll mention, and it's the fight scenes. Still, they're not there yet, and I'm really surprised the way they handled action in WandaVision and Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter Soldier, the way they handled those fight scenes. I actually enjoyed those. The action was like just dealt with really, really well. Here, it's not. I don't think it's there yet, but though the third episode was a great improvement over the first two. The first two, the action was just, I was really thinking like, why? Who and why? What is going on? Who did this? Because considering, the other two shows that I just mentioned, which were also Disney Plus. Now, there's also a thing here which I think they missed a mark. And it's this moment where basically they're looking for the Ark. They land on this planet. It's a moon, and it's about to be shattered by. It's gone. They're basically debris come into it. There's another thing coming towards it, and it's gonna be gone in simple terms. So when they arrive there, their pad that they use to travel across timelines, it's out of energy. So they try to come up this plan that they'll take this train to this Ark where all these people are going to get out of this world. Now the problem is that I understand why they got to do that, but there was no moment in Loki's eyes or in his dialogue where he kind of sat down and be like, is this the right thing? They just decide, okay, we're going to do it, and then they go ahead and, start the plan. Because he saw in episode 1 where he was replaying all the destruction of Ragnarok, how people feel when like they lose their home and they lose their planet. So there is no like dialogue there. There should have been something there to show that he's conflicted about it, but he got to do it. Something there. It was just browse through normally. And honestly, at that moment, I was like, oh, he's going to do something. He's going to tell Sylvie, which is the variant Loki, that, maybe this is not the right idea. Maybe we need to find something else. And then if they don't find something else, then they go ahead and go through with this plan. But they did not. There was no like stoppage of like, or time or the scene, and just let us look at Loki and see that this decision, even though it's not a good decision, they have to make it because they got to get out of here. So, and it's going to ruin a whole lot of people's lives. So that was like a missed moment there. I wanted to see some emotionality, coming from Loki's character. And towards the end, obviously it's a cliffhanger end again, as any other Disney Plus show, is that the Ark, the moment they get there, they get to the Ark through this all action and all, the one shot, it ends and they're almost there, and a meteor, boom, destroys the Ark, and they just stand there and be like, well, we're done for. So it's a good end. Again, it's cliffhanger and like they do in all the episodes, but I liked it because it's like, okay, now what? But if they gotta start doing this, because it's feeling like that the excitement always happens towards the end of the episode, and it's like throughout the episode, it's just things are just happening and talking, and it felt like the least, at least I was saying about most, it actually felt the most boring of all the episodes and the least interesting of all the episodes, in my opinion. There are some things that are revealed that are important for sure, but overall I don't think it's as strong as the first two. The second one, I thought it was weaker than the first one. The first one is still, for me, the strongest of all the episodes. So for that reason, I give this one a 6 out of 10. I know that there are some important details here, but I just don't think it's as good as the first two episodes. The first two episodes, there were things happening. They're going places. It's constantly, there's something happening. It just didn't feel like that here. And it just felt like, I understand they were trying to make a relationship here between the two, Loki and the variant Loki, Sylvie, but it didn't come across that well At least for me. At least for me. Maybe this is just a setup, and going forward, we'll start to see things unravel, and maybe we'll learn more, and we'll be interested more. But as for now, that's my take on it. So what did you all think about it? Leave a comment below. Let me know. And other than that, I want to say thank you for watching. Thanks for all the support. If you like this review, there are a whole lot others on the channel. Please go have a watch. And yeah, take it easy. Take care. And I will catch you all soon. Until then, ta-da. AK out.